They happened. Ahoy, mateys. I hope you can hear me over the television. I did tell her to turn it down, please.
Is that okay, Dad?
Yeah, that should be good. Thank you. HitchUpAndTow, thank you. I hope you came back. For those of you watching the replay, welcome aboard. I'm so glad that you're here. It means a lot when somebody watches a live stream replay and makes a comment. That doesn't happen very often. So, well, we have a lot of people that have been traveling to Michigan, been getting a few videos coming through. Anyway, I think part of it's because of the Schoolie UP event. I believe that may be over now. Not sure. It's been an eventful day. The live stream at noon went well, and the signal was great. Yeah, but then the green screen went well too. Now, Linda Barker, welcome aboard. And HitchUpAndTow is back. All right, Mark, I love those jokes. I was trying to figure out the white line one, but that's okay. I did figure it out, by the way. I thought for a while, well, wait a minute. It's because I live in hill country. The stripes in the middle of the road are usually yellow. Then I remember, wait a minute. There is a white one in there, too. You know, it's interrupted, but it's there. But on both sides of the road, at the edge, before you hit the ditch, there's a white line. Anyway, keep getting more pop-ups. Anyway, Jill, welcome aboard. I haven't figured out what you mean by green stuff. I saw your comment. I don't know what green stuff you're asking about. The toad, he was not really green. There was a clip that was green, which is a potato chip bag clip that I didn't use. And of course the green screen, but that was rather obvious. So anyway, it really means a lot. And today that people are watching a replay here, but also today that was a live stream. Then I went to check out another place to see if the signal was good. Surprisingly, there was 4 different cell towers at Fisk Knob. I could not get more than 3 bars. And I'm like, what? With all these cell towers, plus on that 1,075 feet above sea level, I'm at the highest point in Kent County. I couldn't get a really decent signal. So guess what? We're not there. And no, we're not back at Myers. And the reason is Holly wants to do her weekly laugh report. So Holly by golly will be on tonight. I didn't think that's weird. Or no, sorry. I'm talking about a pop-up. So I didn't know that she was going to do her weekly live report. Sue is here. Welcome aboard. Lucky Dog Productions moderator. Carl's here. He's taking care of business. Anyway, Jill, I just mentioned about the toad not being so green, which slowly looking worse. That's a good one, Mark. Aging gracefully. It's just a polite way to say you're slowly looking worse. Oh, I love it. Oh, speaking of looking worse, you don't believe this here on my forehead. I didn't think you did. I don't have a halo. Well, the one I do have is tilted, my horns. Uh-oh. There. Surprisingly, I have three studio lights on tonight, and it seems to be working out. There's still a little bit of a blurry there and a little bit of blurry over there, but what I'm worried about is the signal strength. Last Saturday night, it was horrible here. Anyways, that pop-up had to do with a horny toad. A green horny toad, I think is what it said. Well, somebody's reading my ideas and borrowing from them. We're not plagiarizing. You know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. It was what you thought. Okay, I'm confused, Joe. What is what you thought? The toad or the I don't know what. Two wrongs don't make a right. Take your parents as an example. That's a good one too, Mark. Say hi to Coral too for us. So then this afternoon, I drove around looking for a better place to have signals. Unbeknownst to me that Holly wanted to do the live, and she can't go outside right now. It's 95 degrees. And it's actually pretty warm here in the cottage too. So she's suffering with it. Me, I'm fine. It's warm, but I'm okay with that. And I'm actually kind of chilly right now because the air conditioner right behind me, behind the green screen. An 18-foot, 100-pound Burmese python on a Florida highway. I really live in the land of dinosaurs. Yes, you do. Yeah, Carl, I think I made Carl a moderator, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. It's cooler here in the subtropics in Michigan, really. Yeah, it's 95 degrees right now in Sparta, Sparta, Michigan, which is 15 miles north of Grand Rapids, Michigan, if you're unfamiliar with where I'm at. And yes, we do get water spouts from time to time. It's not just an ocean thing. We do get water spouts on Lake Michigan. Seriously, it happens every now and then. The other thing that I was told this morning that the background is looking a lot better. And that made me feel good. So that new green screen, which is still out in the truck, this is the old green screen behind me. I never listened to her or something like that. Yeah, I've heard that one, Mark. That's a good one, though. It's a classic good one. Oh, that's too chilly, Carl. And 88 by Daytona. And Jill just says it's hot. We know you are, Jill. I mean, I know the temp. Okay, it's warm in Tucson. It's 84 in Brunswick, Ohio. See, that's getting up there. We're not out of summer yet. And I hope summer lasts till November. That would make me super happy. I know it's not going to, but that would make me super happy. Daily videos, working on getting the MiFi working. So I took a week's hiatus. Yeah, we kind of heard about that you were going to do that. I think you mentioned it a couple weeks ago. There was, last Saturday night was terrible. I only was on for like maybe 45 minutes. Now I'm hoping that the signal is going to be okay tonight. I'm not, well, I guess I shouldn't look. I'll be surprised if there's more than 2 bars. And there's 2 bars were on 4G. Whereas at noon today, we were 4 bars and 5G. And had I been able to find a place at the top of the hill, up there was 5 bars, 5G. But I couldn't find to have, I will, Jill. I'm planning on it. But I don't know what about Holly. I did talk to her caseworker yesterday. He says she qualifies for assisted living in his mind, but she has to talk to a different caseworker to find out for sure. Well, we'll see. Better let someone think you are an idiot than to open your mouth and prove it. Yeah, my dad used to say that. My dad also used to say, "You're a sexer. You're a sexer." The late hurricanes are deadly. You know, isn't it now just starting to be hurricane season down there, Carl and Sue? I don't know. I seen something on a Weather Channel thing or something that, this headline saying hurricane season starts, and then it went on to say something else, but I don't know if it's starting or not. Yes, Yogi Berra. You know, one of my favorite ones, Carl and Mark. One of Yogi Berra's ones was, I think he was talking about Mall of America in Minnesota. He says, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. I love his Yogi Berra-isms. Bug-free, but not snakeless. Yeah, I can put up with a few bugs. I killed a monster horsefly yesterday. It was this big. It was a good inch and a half. It was on this guy's neck at the pizza place where he was picking up a pizza. I was there to pick up a pizza. I said, "Sir, can you hold still a minute? There is a horsefly bigger than all outdoors on your collar." You see, I'll stand still and please get the damn thing. It's been bugging me all afternoon. Hey, horseflies sometimes fall in love with humans. And this one apparently did. Well, he's in horsefly heaven now. I hated killing him. I was going to let him outdoors. Cup him in my hands and let him outdoors. He stings. I said, no, he's just tasting. Getting salt off of your skin. But, yeah, that one is no more. Evacuation point above Miami. If it rains too hard, it becomes your driveway. That's a good one. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah. I think I would like Florida. I know there's bugs, palmetto bugs, and snakes, and lizards, and crocodiles, whatever else. But I think I would love the weather, the humidity, blah, 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 the ocean. But I've never been in a hurricane, so I don't know. I don't know if I would get all geeked up about that. I love tornadoes. I could be a tornado chaser or whatever, storm chaser. Yeah, I could do that. But I'm not sure about hurricane. Years and years ago, there was a movie or a documentary about these people that go up in airplanes, big airplanes. We're talking military, and they go into the eye of the hurricane to study it and all that. Yeah, bugs kind of bug me too. There's some pesky ones that don't seem to listen. Now, I've had pet wasps. I've had other insects that seem to listen to me. Alligators are 10 miles north of you, below that, crocodile. It rained while we ran the boat yesterday. I got wet. The guests got manatee and crocs, including baby crocs. Cool. As supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So I guess I will be working inside thinking. However, I do have to go to Verizon. They sent me a bill which is almost $90 higher than my normal bill. I'd like to know why. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to find out a couple things from them. Why do you not answer my emails? Oh, there's Chill Adventures. Garage renovation, da, 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 da. Well, all right, I'll put you up in the queue because I do want to watch. I do want to watch Cam. And I need to find out if he is going to come to M22. Megavan Mike, ahoy. I hear you were camped next door to Tina's the Outsider. Isn't she cool? Yes. What happens when the fog lifts in California? You see LA. you see LA. Los Angeles. That's what you see. Yeah, that's what happens when the fog lifts in California. Actually, I think it's called smog. Carl's plans got chinked today because of the rain. May have to start early to go to town. Tipo Town, 50 miles. Tipo Town. Okay. We call Detroit D-Town. We call Quartzsite, Arizona, Q-Town. What is T or TP Town? Toilet Paper Town? Oh, you're still at school at UP. It's still going on. Okay, cool. I think Tina's in the Lower Peninsula now. I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a couple of days. Kelly and Tammy's Journey, welcome aboard. Hey, stick around if you can. We'll be getting to guessing the channel here in a minute. We're just kind of just chit-chatting with each other right now. Oh, Megavan Mike's running the potluck at the Schoolie UP right now. Thanks for coming aboard, Megavan Mike, who used to be Minivan Mike. All right, I missed something. Oh, yeah. All right, I didn't miss anything. Town is Florida City or Homestead. Depends on what street you're on. Okay? Hey, if somebody can put a link to, oh my goodness, Kelly and Tammy's Journey, if you could put a link up there, Sue or Linda, we want to make sure we catch some of their adventures, their journeys. That's a good one. That is a very, very good detective. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. And just to take the wind out of your sails, Sue, the featured channel is not Kelly and Tammy's tonight. Sorry. My phone is vibrating. Don't know why. My phone says, Sonia, the blue-eyed Cherokee princess, expects me to pick her up next week, probably Wednesday. She's a lot closer than she was. She's at her dad's house now. Temperature. We are at 87, but the feels like temperature is 93. So it's getting cooler. It was 94. Oh, I was at a yard sale around 4 o'clock. Took the bunny out of the hop. I checked to make sure my bunny is still on the bulkhead in synchronicity. One of these days I'll include it. Thank you, Mark. Mark and Coral, you guys are great. Thank you for posting Kelly and Tammy's Journey. That's their link, people. Okay, shameless plug. Hermit with Wi-Fi is working on the Wi-Fi, and there's his link. Thank you, Carl. Isn't it great to be a moderator so you can do that kind of stuff? Todd Johnson's here. Just got done watering everything. I've moved the sprinkler twice since I've been home. I didn't get home until like 4 o'clock, a little after, 4:30 probably. And got in a little trouble for it, but that's okay. I'll move it when Holly goes live. Holly by golly will be live tonight. So I'll move it down. And I'll probably move it a couple more times before dark. I want the waters or the flowers to get some water for sure. The waters could have some flowers too. What would that be? Lily pads? Oh. All right, you're welcome, Carl. It's not necessarily an honor just to ask Sue or Linda. I mean, we got all these trolls to smash, you know. Actually, I haven't seen very many. Now, I do get some weird comments after the fact, you know, sex channel advertising. It shows up in comments. Don't ask me why. I didn't ask for them. Seriously. All you see is seagrass. We have lily pads up here. That one I did of the neighbor's pond a couple weeks ago. But then actual real, I mean, not in a pond planted, but actual real lily pads, you know, in little ponds alongside the roadway. We have those around. And yes, I've seen frogs sitting on lily pads. It's pretty freaking cool. I guess it's time to change the background. Lisa? Where is Lisa? Where is she? I don't see her. Yep, I did. I thought I did. Wait, I still don't see Uncle Lisa. He's lurking maybe. All right. Okay, so everybody knows this is a couple. Everybody knows they're in the United States. I don't think anybody has figured out exactly where in the United States they are. They do know that they're full-time with a twist. They know that they like to hike. They've been on the Appalachian Trail at different points along the trail. I don't know if their goal is to actually complete the Appalachian Trail. It's a pretty long hike. But they're doing it the way a lot of different people do, little bits and pieces at a time, and that's fine. LINPD. LINPD. Oh boy. You won't send me any more sex channel invites. Okay, Mark. Boardman's here. Thank you for sharing us out, Kenny. Appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Oh my goodness. I saw 3 snakes today. Jay Charles is here somewhere. Oh, or are you guessing Jay Charles? Now, which would be an excellent guess. I'm checking chat to make sure I haven't quite missed anything. I may have, and I may still miss something, but I don't think I have. I didn't see Jay Charles in the house. So, Mark, that's an excellent guess that it's Jay Charles, but we haven't yet done Jay Charles as a feature channel. I ought to, but this is not Jay Charles. Time Bandit RV Travels, Museum of the Fur Trade. That looks interesting. Let me check. Full-time Michigan van. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was paused. That's happened where there's another video playing and I don't know that it is. So when I go to watch it, it's gone because YouTube has moved on to the next in its own queue. And so sometimes I'm like, what in the world? Why is this on? You know, some YouTube video that I would never watch. Ann J is here. And I loved your comment, Ann, on the video I did about the setting up the green screen and at the and Linda knows where it was. And I forget who else was really close. Uh-oh. Oh, big smile from Ann J. That just popped up, Ann. And there they are again. Little smile faces. Laughing out sideways even. Those are my favorite smile faces, by the way. I use them a lot. Now your comment about my butt was fun. I might as well do it while it's fresh on my mind. Oh, it was a few years ago. Man, could have been 10, 15 years ago, easily. But there was a joke going around, and it's every time I see a sign that says "Say no to crack," it reminds me to pull my pants up. Autoplay, okay. I don't know how autoplay gets turned on. Now, I have like ASMRs that I like to fall asleep with, including my own. I just put it on autoplay, or not autoplay. I loop it, excuse me. I don't do autoplay. I think I've done autoplay maybe once or twice trying to help somebody's hours on their channel. I don't know. I can't remember. The Sexual Innuendo Club. Thank you all for coming. Whoa. Okay, Mark. The grandchildren never come to visit you, do they? Anyway, thank you, Linda. That's something to remember. So, I didn't hear back from was it Ringo and Czar? They're somewhere here in Michigan, but they said this reminded them of the house you see when you get off, I think it's exit 9 in Jenison, Michigan. And it's on the corner of Port Sheldon and M11. It used to be M21. I think they call it, no, it's Michigan something. Oh, Michigan 121. When I was a kid, it was just M21, but it's different now. It's 121. It runs from downtown, runs from the west side of Grand Rapids, basically, to Holland. It may go further. I don't know. I know it goes that far, and we always called it M21 or Chicago Drive. But yeah, a house that looks extremely similar to this one, Victorian, same color even, is a museum right there at Port Sheldon and Chicago Drive. And then you can take Port Sheldon and you go to where I grew up, on the corner of 14th and Van Buren. I was curious as to whether Ringo and Czar know where the Jenison Mansion is, because I used to live there too. Good one, Carl. Yeah, that's a Rodney Dangerfield one. He always had some good ones too. Good one, Holly. Probably heard that one. It's getting closer to sunset. Good 2 hours. So, this channel, Full-Time RV, have been for quite some time. They do not have a sticks and bricks per se. They do have a headquarters. And now, how can I say it? It's other RV channels have done the same thing. I won't tell you who right now. My neighbor is working on doing the same thing. Oops. Well, that was a pop-up. That was not a guess. What's 72 or 69 with 3 people watching? Okay. Ha! Here's a link to AM's new channel. Yes, for the pugs. Thank you, Sue. I got to go there. Not right now, but I got to go there and see the pugs. They're cute as ever. Okay. Todd is saying bought in. Bought in. Oh, I see you. You got, was it the 69 one or the 72 one? Yeah, it caught me for a second too. Oh, bought land or tiny house. Todd, your detective work is really outstanding now. You're getting closer. You're on the right track. That's your mom. Oh my goodness. Trail, so my guess is wrong. I told a coworker if I wanted something pretty to play with and drink, I'd buy a Rubik's Cube and a beer. That's a good one too. Double rainbow is arching over a horse stable in Mogador, Ohio on August 4th during sunset. This is on and Linda days ago, wasn't it? I think so. Pretty cool though. It's on AccuWeather. I don't know where Mogador, Ohio is. No clue. I bet it's out in the sticks. You know that picture of the water spout? I don't think that was in the exact same place. I think this was in a different state, as a matter of fact. So this RV channel has not restricted itself to one state. They've traveled, I would say, not as much as some channels, RVers, but quite a bit. They've been around. Been doing it for 3-4 years at least that they've been full-time. You heard Holly. Mark heard you. Let's see. Gosh, what other clues? If you've watched this channel, they're not the only channel that's done a review on a water pressure regulator, which I want to get one of these. I'm going to get one in the next couple of weeks. I think it'd be very handy to have. Plus, I'm a little closer to having my plumbing done in the motorhome. Just a couple, no kids. An older boy is what I know of. And they are just a couple. As far as pets, the only one they've ever really mentioned as a pet is a rabbit. But I don't think it's a rabbit that necessarily you don't take it out on a leash. Carl says he doesn't have a guess. I thought it was one group, but they were in Texas or east. Okay. Well, they're not in Texas. They are kind of east. Mogadore, Ohio is on the east side of Akron. Okay. Now, Sue, did you know that right off the top of your head, or did you have to Google it? HitchUpAndTow is possibly guessing J5729. Or there's a hidden clue there to something only Mark knows. If that's a channel, it's not them. Okay, Carl needs a soft start. I do have a water hammer. Came with a rig. An expander, you can get an expander and put it in line, especially close to the source of your hammer. And what might be causing your hammer, well, of course, it's going to be water pressure. But believe it or not, it could be the pipe hitting the wall. I have had that. But then on the other hand, it could be actual water hammer that's in the pipe and echoes throughout the pipes. I've seen that. But now, if you're running plastic pipes, that's not as prevalent. Shameless Kiesel's plug. Okay. I hope Kiesel's doing good. Let's see, Sue. Yes, she knew it. Been there. And Bob used to go to a fish market there when he had his pet store in Ohio. Would you like to have a store as a pet? You know, some people have a rabbit as a pet, or a snake as a pet, or I don't know, a horse as a pet. But Bob, he has a store as a pet. Unbelievable. A pet store. Can you see yourself, you know, see, handing a nut that offers up so many connotations. You're correct, it does. Hey, by the way, this hand belongs to the male counterpart of the feature channel. Linda's been to Mogadore. Now we got to wait on Carl, or not Carl, Todd. Find out if he's been in Mogadore. Mogadore. It sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings. Mogadore. Gandalf the Wizard. Having a store does take a lot of your attention. Yeah, I know. I had two stores at the same time. I had the restaurant, and before I sold the restaurant, I bought a clothing store, or started a clothing store. I bought a building and turned it into a clothing store. So suddenly, I'm trying to run the restaurant, but 4 of the employees from the restaurant went to the clothing store to work. And so I was short at the restaurant, but I was in the middle of selling the restaurant anyway, and it did work out. But it was a little nuts for a while. I was trying to be in 3 places at one time because I worked full time at the hospital while I owned a restaurant and a clothing store. I had more energy back then in my 30s and 40s. Oh, he's been to Mogadore on the way to PP. So do you PP at the I Go Screw Yourself gas station? That's where I go sometimes. But since COVID, they shut their bathroom. This is no el baño, employees only. They can go whatever themselves. Moog, oh, right, dog. Okay, Mog, dog. Mogador. It still sounds like it's from the Lord of the Rings, Mogador. But it could have been from The Hobbit. Someone who doesn't like clothes trying to sell clothes at a clothing store. I read into and I have a big warehouse down there, and that's where we would buy the clothing. Sometimes I'd go to Chicago as well, to the market. What do they call it? Market Street. Anyways, and get some deals on wholesale clothing there. But for the most part, all of our clothing came from the very same warehouse that Max 10 bought all of theirs. And we had nothing over $10. And we had a lot of customers coming in the neighborhood because it was not so wealthy neighborhood. And they would walk there. And then come wintertime, we didn't have any customers because, you know what, I only had 4 parking spaces. And people just didn't come there in the winter. I don't know why. Probably because it was so poor they didn't have cars. Oh, on the way to Akron, okay. Have you ever been to Canfield? Now, I've heard of Canfield, Ohio. Linda Ma. It's called Linda Ma. I think he means many. Cincinnati, Akron, Dayton, and the outskirts. That's it. I have driven through Ohio. And Sue lived in Akron until she was 10. And Floss and Sunset. They are here. Welcome aboard. I think you're going to M21 or M22. I'm thinking. Anyway, I don't know. I hope AMJ is still here. Okay. I was born in a crossfire hurricane. Not really. I was born during a blizzard in January. That's interesting. I wonder what the weather was like when I was born. I don't think I know. I know where I was born. I was born in Grand Rapids. December 13th of 1953. I should look that up. My sister might know. She remembers stuff like that. I was kind of small at the time, so I don't quite remember. But given enough time, I probably will. You know, they say when you get older, you go into your second childhood. I think it's true because I can remember things that happened to me when I was 5 years old as clear as a bell, but ask me what I did last week and I couldn't tell you. Jumping jack flash, there's a gas. Well, I think there is a jumping jack flash somewhere. You know, an actual gas station named that. We have a crystal flash, which is they mostly sell propane, you know, to homes that heat with propane, but they own gas stations too. I think there's exactly one. At least in Grand Rapids, I think there's one gas station owned by Crystal Flash. South of Ann Street. Linda Canfield is my next door. I live in Boardman. Now, isn't Boardman near Youngstown? Somehow, some way? I feel like we're getting sidetracked for guessing the channel. This in Ohio. At least that's not their HQ. I'm sure they probably have been to Ohio, though, because they've been a lot of places. And they've had some good fires. Good fires. I always thought a bonfire meant, I didn't know what it meant. I always knew it meant a big fire, and you grabbed a keg of beer and you went there. But bon is French for good. So this is a good fire. And one would think this channel is in Texas. But they're not. A suburb of Youngstown. Okay, cool. My brothers-in-law own an apple orchard in Canfield. Cool. Can't do a fire here next to the Cary. Huh. I can't do a bonfire. You know what? Other people around here, they have them all the time. Looks just like this one almost. Me? I've gotten in trouble with the fire department in the township for having a bonfire. You can't burn after dark, and you can't have a fire bigger than 3 feet around. You have to be, I don't know, X amount, so far from the neighbors, so far from your property line, so far from your own house, so far. I mean, it's got to be specifically in the right place, and it can't be bigger than 3 foot around, and you can only burn yard waste, branches, sticks, things like that. Now, do you notice in here in this fire there looks to be, it could be a log, but it also might be a 2x4.
About 10 minutes, Jen.
Okay, 10 minutes, Holly, by golly. You can't burn processed wood. You go, what? A 2x4 is processed wood? Yes, it is. I argued with them for a minute. I said, well, processed wood is like glue. They definitely don't want you burning anything that's got glue or laminate or, any of that kind of thing. Definitely not. Nothing with plastics, nothing, But a 2x4 that doesn't have any paint on it or stain or nothing, no, you can't burn that. It's processed. I said, how is it processed? He says, it's been milled. It's not a branch anymore. It's not a log anymore. It's not a tree trunk anymore. It's been made into a board. It's been processed. Can't burn it. Sue wants to know, is a feature channel out of Texas looking at the star on the fire ring? I can go to town here in Michigan and buy a fire ring with a star on it, I think. But I knew that would fool some people or make them ask. No, they're not out of Texas. I bet they've been to Texas before, but no. Their fire ring is in a different state. I don't know. Do you have a fire ring? Here you can burn any wood, but not in front of your RV. You have to go to the bay. You best have a ring and 3 foot in diameter. Nobody listens here, and the NPS doesn't care. I hear you. But if I did it, I'd have the law on me. It's like, what's wrong with a 20-foot tall bonfire with, 12 drunks standing around it? I don't see a problem. I have a hose just in case we need it. Size of the channel. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. It might have been in last week's notes. Let me look. I do have some notes. As far as the notes for today, I kind of going by memory. if you saw what Todd wrote, he's you might as well say he's guessed a clue. New subscriber, Floss and Punk. Thank you. I thought you guys were already subscribed. Pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. But YouTube does this thing where if you haven't watched somebody in a while, which I have not watched you in a while, my bad, but all of a sudden you're not subscribed to them anymore. That happens. Okay, I'm going through my notes. There is my stuff I got to send to BB3 for the Captain and Irene. Still haven't done the second episode of that, but I do have the script all written out. I got to send it to her, and then she can schedule it or decide when we're going to do it. And we may do it on my channel if I do it like remotely at Myers or somewhere where I get a decent signal. Okay. I have their something. Okay. As far as how many subscribers they have, they are between 6,000 and 10,000. Pretty good size in my opinion. You know. So they have some subscribers. They're definitely well over 5,000 subscribers. And they're not quite to 10,000. If that helps you. I told you about my neighbor. He's the one that made my original stickers, my t-shirt, and some other things. He knows this channel. In fact, he's the one that suggested that I put them up. Terry Palmer. You've seen Terry in here before. He's my neighbor. He won't be my neighbor that long. He's getting ready to go full-time RV. He and his wife, Georgia. And they've done some traveling in their RV recently. And they like it. And they've got a little more change and a little bit different situation than I do. Therefore, they can start going full-time anytime, which soon, like within weeks, they will be full-time. No, it's not my neighbor, Lucky. They are a supporter. You know, what do you call that? They don't have any content, but they are, what do you call it, supporters of many of our channels, including mine. Well, big time including mine, because all of a sudden one day he shows up with business cards business cards came in the mail as a surprise. And he laughingly told me. But I figured it out that it had to come from him because he created my original logo that you see even on my current stickers. Anyways, oh wait, no, the original logo had an anchor and Captain Jack Scrapper. That was the original. Then the next one had the ship's wheel, Captain Jack Scrapper. That one I still have, although I'm not getting those stickers from him. I'm getting them through Sticker Mill. But Terry doesn't have time to make stickers right now, and I haven't purchased the machine that makes the stickers. He has one of those. It costs like $2,000, so I'm not ready to buy one of those yet. Maybe used someday. That's all the notes I have from last week. Okay. A sign out of business brothel, say. Beat it, we're close. I love it. A brothel. Well, that's my card. Wait a minute. I did mention that this channel knows, of course, Terry and his wife, Georgia. They also know Traveling Robert quite well. They also know a channel by the name of Apple and Rob. I do not know that channel whatsoever. I do know Traveling Rob. I've met Traveling Rob. But I don't know Apple and Rob. But that's a channel that kind of hangs out with them. And then another one, I want to say Chatham Adventures. They are also in that kind of a group, if you will. Herbie from the Red Jaguar. I have no idea who that is. Okay, Carl says, reminding me to order a magnet sign to put on the back of the KE. You are following a hermit with Wi-Fi. That's so cool. James is here. Carl says, won't you be my neighbor? 50 to 100 yards away. Yeah. And downwind, please. Houseboat available as a floating cottage. All I have to do is go pay a small amount as an employee. Now that's a cool idea. It could be like Slow Momentum. I don't know if anybody remembers, but when we first met Slow Momentum, his home was a houseboat. I told him his basement was flooded. He'd heard that before. It's not RV DJ. That's correct. All right, I'm trying to make sure. Okay, yep. I think I'm almost caught up. So the pet rabbit is actually a wild rabbit. No, it's not wild. It's a tame rabbit. Is it Happy Place Camping? You know what? That is so cool. Did you see their live stream early this morning? It was just before Bob and Sue came on. Felix and Jesse were on at 8 o'clock our time. So it was 7 o'clock on Lake Truman, where they were. And I don't know what state that's in. But Jesse said it was probably, or Felix said it was probably the earliest she'd ever been on the water. But her and Jesse were out kayaking, doing a live stream at the same time. She had her phone mounted on just in front of her on the kayak, some kind of a little gizmo that she attached to the kayak, and the phone was strapped to that or suctioned into it, whatever. But she couldn't read chat, but the live stream was cool. I didn't get to stay real long, but it was a good live stream. What do you call a useless piece of skin on a penis? Oh, man, not my joke. Anyways, James, it's not Happy Place Camping. Yeah, Slow-Mo's houseboat was pretty cool. I never actually seen a video of it, although there probably was. And I know there was, didn't they do a tour when he went to sell it? A virtual tour. Yeah, you might want to do the replay. Okay, Sue, that's a good guess. Is it the Lost RVers? You know, there's something cool about the Lost RVers, and I don't think this is a quote from their channel, but one of the channels out there, they said they got lost in their own backyard. Well, when you are in an RV and you're traveling all over, and then you park somewhere to camp, you know, that becomes your yard. Whether you're at, you know, Yosemite or Baja or Washington, Oregon, Montana, I don't care where you are, wherever you are parked is your home, more or less, and then what surrounds you is your yard. So you can get lost in your own backyard in many cases. I don't know if the Lost RVers has done anything like that. But anyway, Sue, this channel, the feature channel, is not the Lost RVers. I haven't watched them in a while. I need to do that. Where's that one I like? So this one I really like. Well, I'll put this one up first. James, there you go. There's your chair. You can go sit in hot springs. Big Joe and Malia is an excellent guest too. They're a cool couple. They really are. But no, it's not. It's not Big Joe and Malia. Not them. Coral's joke. Uh-oh. Yeah, that probably is. That probably is, Linda. That's a good one to slam back at Mark. Living the silver life. That's an excellent guess, Mark. If you go and show more, you'll see that we did Living the Silver Life. I can't remember the exact day we did it, but it's been a couple months ago, something like that. James is asking, is it van life? And that's a good guess too, but it's not them. So what do you think of this chair, James? Yeah, I know Derek, but it's not van life with Derek, you know what I mean. I think of him every time one of my neighbors drives by whose name happens to be Derek, but he's a long ways from being a van lifer. He's a long ways from being anything. Never mind. Gatlinburg, local borough, Smoky Mountains. Joy, blessed life is life. Anyways, that's, yeah, it is a nice chair. It's, I think it's hydraulically operated. Anyways, you sit it and then it's got controls and it swivels out over the pond, the hot springs actually, and then it lowers you down in. I think that's just cool as hell. 2 restless retirees. That is an excellent guess. Again, it's not. Is it Ford Man? No, it's not Ford Man. The water looks inviting, yes. It's even, you know, right over here, it's kind of bubbling. That's my fade job. But that wheelchair, or not wheelchair, the water chair, what do you want to call that? The handicap dip you in the pond chair, the hot springs chair, is right where you can rent canoes to launch to go down through here. Now, if you can figure out where this view is at, you'll figure out at least what state the featured channel is headquartered out of. Brazen Brits. Except for the fact that we've established they're in the United States. That was a good hour ago, though, Mark. You probably didn't hear me because you had all those chicken jokes going on. I love the one about, for the last time, why did you cross the road? As he was grilling a chicken. I love that joke, Mark. I'm going to use that one. I know I can because you probably got it from someone else, right? Or is that copyrighted Mark only? I hear a pop. Did you get the Dr. Pepper? Okay. Destination Unknown is an excellent guess, Ann. And Timmy Ray's not here bugging you. Anyway, he must be racing. It is Saturday night. Destination Unknown is an excellent channel, excellent guess. And it's not them. And no, we haven't done them before either. So don't feel bad that you didn't read everything and show more. Because we haven't done Destination Unknown as of yet. I like some of their stuff. It's really good. I gotta not lose these notes. It would be bad if I lost these. I'll put them one page ahead. There. Sorting out my backyard. I need to sort out my front yard. Frank Cancel, welcome aboard. Captain Jack's fine. You can call me anything except late for dinner, Frank. I just checked the weather here about 15 minutes ago. We were at 89, feels like 94. And it's pretty humid. I actually noticed the humidity a little more today than I have. It doesn't bug me. I like it. I'm okay with the humidity. I'm okay with the heat. In fact, I was a little disappointed that we were so cloudy today. And from what I understand, it's going to be rainy tomorrow, which bums me out because there's things I want to do outdoors. Now, tonight, after the live stream ends at 7:30 or 8, whenever, I've got to go outside and spend a good hour putting things under cover. I've got some things sitting on the ground that better not be sitting on the ground much longer because they will get wet. But I do have a big tarp with half emptied out sinky so I can work inside on rainy days. You ain't got a Scooby. I love it. Simple Life, Big Pleasures is another good guess. But it's not them. And it's not Frank Cancel either. Just so you know. Gave that one to you. Oh. I've been busy, Frank. I've been so busy. I'm like the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. That's how busy I have been. Like James Catnees. He gets pretty doggone busy, too. Picking on you, James. Got to. Oh, James is asking, is it floss/pug subset? And no, it's not. It's kind of cool that they're here, but it's not them. I think they've been to this particular place, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah. Started the day at 7, and it's 7, so it's 12 hours, so you might catch a yawn out of me. Let's see. Yep. Is it Holly by Golly's kayak? Hell no. That's a good one, Mark. Have you? Oh, you met. Well, we met traveling Robert at M21. He knows this channel quite well. How did the weed whacking go around the pond? It didn't, Todd. I haven't had time to get there. It's either been raining or I've been busy with higher priority stuff like Holly or that scrap job yesterday. High priority had to be done yesterday. I said, but I can get there Monday. No, it's got to be done. So I had to do it yesterday. No choice. I had to put the pond weed whacking job off. I had who's the camper we're doing tonight. Okay, yeah, okay, Holly. Holly, by golly, is coming on. Lucky Dog, as Holly is coming on, give Frank the clues we have so far, and I'll get out of Holly's way. I think I'll leave this up. Everybody likes it. Take my pop, my phone, and I'm getting out of the way. It's not Deliverance, Mark. Do another one.
Yeah,
compared to what it is in the office.
good. Ouch. 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 Hurts walking over them cords. Ouch. With bare feet. Oh my God, I look red. Trust me, I'm not this red, folks. Oh. Oh. There. Oh. 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 Oh boy. Oh. 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 Deliverance. Whoa. Jack Moon us. Laugh out loud. Hi, HitchUpAndTow. Hi, Linda. Frank, cancel your new. Run. Holly's coming. Holly, by golly. Thank you, Frank. That was funny. Hey, Linda. Hi, James Catnese. Hi, Todd Johnston. Sounds familiar. Huck's Rogue. What's Ho Rogue? Floss. Pug Sunsetty. Or Sunset One. Aw. Hi. Lucky Dog. Hi. Ooh. A couple full-time RVers with a twist, whatever that 5-9K. So, oh, hey, Lucky Dog's moderator. Hi, everybody. Oh, excuse me. That felt good. Howdy, folks. This is Holly by golly, and I have your weekly laugh report. I'm thinking I might end up having to go bi-weekly at the rate I'm going, because seems like every other week I'm in the hospital. I am feeling better. Thank you, Todd. How you doing, Todd? I'm still feel a little bit ill, but I thought I'd have to go to the hospital last night. Felt like I was running a fever, and it's like I've been just not feeling right. Like I had the flu symptoms or something. I had the blue lane, you could say. Floss, Pug Sunset. Pug Sunset, that's a hard one to spit out. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot this week. I'm sorry. I was shorted on my week. Oh, I got a darn pop-up blocking my whole talking to you folks. I'm trying to get better at this, guys. Please bear with me. Oh. Well, you see, my Uncle Benny, he was always late for work, right? He'd start out on time. He'd leave out the door. And my Aunt Edith would always yell out, Betty, Betty. And he'd say, what? And she'd yell, you give me so much heartache. When you're done, I'm going to dance on your grave. And then he closes the door and he walks out. And he says to himself, oh, well, I'm getting buried at sea. Let her dance. Is anybody in there? Knock, knock. Hi, Lucky Dog. Productions moderator. How you doing today? I like how you got your hands clapping. Do you only put that one up for me? Or is that clapping? What is that picture? Oh, that's two figures with people's faces on it, it looks like. I can't see real good. Anyway, you know what? There's this town. Well, actually, it's a county in North Carolina, where it's a huge county and there's only like 971 people in it, right? Anyway, so there's only 12 sheriffs for the whole county. Well, anyway, there's only 12 officers, and the sheriff retired, right? Anyway, when the sheriff retired, somebody else took over, and there was another spot open for a police officer, right? Well, this guy, he goes in there and says, I wouldn't be a police officer. They're all hunters and everything because, the nearest house is like a mile and a half away, half a mile away, whatever. Anyway, it's pretty much country. Anyway, he goes in and then he applies for sheriff officer's job. Anyway, and he goes to take the test. Well, granted, there's no shooting test or anything for this, right? But anyway, and he goes to the interview. And the whole interview, it summed up in 2 questions. The questions were, name 2 days of the week that begin with T. And he says, today and tomorrow. The guy said, oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Now, who killed Abraham Lincoln? And he's like, now, sir, that might take me a couple days to figure that one out, right? He goes home and he tells his wife, I'm a sheriff. I became a sheriff. And they already got me on my first murder case. Oh, thank you, Todd. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad you liked it. Okay. I don't have a whole lot for you, folks. I gotta take another drink. Excuse me. These pills I take several that make you very thirsty. Excuse me. That felt good. Anyway, so I gotta drink a lot. I'm constantly glug, 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 glug. Probably why I'm getting so fat. It's probably all water weight. Thank you, Frank. Frank Cancel. How you doing? Anyway, well, there's this guy. He just did not want to go to school. His mom goes in to wake him up and says, get up. Get up. You got to go to school. He says, I don't want to go to school, Mom. Then she says, give me 2 good reasons why you shouldn't go to school. And he says, well, the kids don't like me and the teachers don't like me. Then she says, well, you got to get up. You got to go to school. And then he says, well, give me 2 good reasons why I should go to school. And she says, well, for one, you're 37. For number 2, you're the principal. Where's Grandma Ray? I didn't see him in here. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Hold on, folks. I'm caught up on my... Jack! Oh, shoo, I got it myself. Hey, Grandma Ray, how you doing? Anyway, I got it myself. Thought I was in trouble. I got to straighten this out. My hose, by me turning and twisting and turning, my hose gets twisted up. And it's like, tries to choke me. And so I got to take it off and unspin, spin, to where it doesn't do that. Plus, it feels funny hanging down. It makes it heavier when it's twisted. I'll remember that for a rope. If it gets all twisted up, it's heavier when it's twisted. It's lighter when it's a straight line. I've learned that since I've done oxygen. Hey, I guess I learned something new. They say every experience that you have, you do learn something new. I guess I did. You know, I went to see my uncle in the hospital one time. And thank you, Linda. I went to see my uncle in the hospital one time. And I said hi to him, come over, grabbed his hand, said hello and stuff. He was kind of out of it, and he's like, and I'm like, I looked at my aunt and I says, what's he trying to say? She said, air, you're on his air hose, dummy. I have to tell Jack that a lot too. You're on my air hose. I'll say, can I breathe now? He'll say, yeah, go ahead. I said, what, can you get off the hose? So I can relate to my uncle in that saying. Well, Jack, are you here? Jack's not back yet. Well, I got to find the tissue. So, excuse me, folks. I got to blow my nose. Oh. That thick stuff's finally breaking up. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to tell you one of my old jokes just to occupy time. It's an oldie but a goodie, and I hope it's still effective. Some of you may not have even heard it. Like Floss, Pug Sunset One. Todd, you might not have heard it. A few of you other ones may not have heard it. Now, granted, I might not remember your names, but I do appreciate you watching because, I like the feedback. I like getting the feedback. If I'm bad, I'm practicing to be an actual stand-up comedian. I'm going to go to physical therapy and try to be a stand-up comedian. But here goes. Did you folks happen to hear about the boy that wanted to buy some rubbers? Well, there's this guy. He wanted to buy some rubbers, right? So he goes into the local pharmacy. Lady clerk walks up and says, "Yeah, I help you, young man." And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to buy the pocket knife down there." She goes, "All right." He walks out of the pharmacy. It's like, he's a little late. Why didn't I ask her? All right, I don't care what she says this time. I'm going to ask her. So he walks back into the pharmacy. Excuse me. Lady clerk walks up again and says, "Yeah, I help you, young man." He says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade this pocket knife in for them violin strings." She goes, "All right." He walks back out. He's like, violin strings? Why in the heck did I buy violin strings? So he goes, "No matter what, I'm going to ask her this time. I don't care what she says. I'm going to ask her. I don't care what it takes." So he walks back into the pharmacy again. Lady clerk walks up again and says, "Yeah, I help you, young man." He says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade this violin strings in for some rubber." She goes, "All right, but I wish you'd make up your mind whether you want a widow, fiddle, or diddle." Oh, Jack! I don't know where he went. I'm knocking on the door and stuff. He's outside switching the hose around and stuff, thinking I'm going to take all day. Anyway, but all I got here is 3 CBS, 4 ABC, 8 NBC. You know what I think? I think Jack was... Yes, I was. Anyway, folks, I didn't have a lot this week, but I didn't have a lot of time to work on any material. When I was in the hospital, I was sick. I was dealing with getting better. So My pool is doing good. Thank you, Linda. My pool is doing good. I have not gotten into it because the humidity was 90%, and that stifles my breathing, even with my oxygen. But I do plan on getting in there. Good vibes, good vibes. Thank you, Frank Cancel. Thank you, Floss. I will try. Anyway, folks, this is Holly by Golly. Oh, excuse me. That felt good for this week. Signing out. I'll turn it back over to Captain Jack Scrapper. Peace out. You can finish my.
Oh, well, thank you. Ouch. You could have let me get around you first. I'm sorry I hurried in. I forgot to close the blinds. It's the second time today. Okay. Whew. All right. Well, by my clock, we've only got 4 more minutes, but we can go a little longer if you like. I did not stay in the house whatsoever.
Remembering, Jack.
Remembering what?
Refrigerator.
What about it? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. I went outside and moved the sprinklers, putting tools away because it's going to rain tonight and tomorrow all day. So I was trying to get ready for all that crap. Whew. Anyway. All right. Grand Marie, have you figured out who the featured channel is yet? Welcome aboard, by the way, buddy. Oh, goodness. And I think you were around, you got 3rd runner-up as comment of the week. It was for what you said. It was for what you and I were talking about. Anyway. I probably should scroll up and make sure that somebody didn't give a guess and it was just as I left the room. Make sure. Yeah. Grand Marie got here just as Holly was coming on. A home base. Yeah, kind of, sort of. They did get a new home base. Yeah, they were not at M21. That's correct. Thin Blue Lane, that's a good guess. No, it wasn't them, or isn't them. Okay. Yeah. Frank is saying he's old, Holly. Oh. Okay, I don't see any guesses. No, I'm not going to moon you. Deliverance. Okay, that's where that came from. Yeah, it's not Deliverance. And I'm not going to moon anybody today, anyways. Okay, so we're back to where we left off. Now I'll go down, back down. Okay, thank you, Troy. What do you do with somebody like that? Friend told me one time, don't try to understand them, just enjoy them. That was back when we were like 14. And he's still right. Okay. Change the background a minute. And we may be just going off here and carry this channel over to next week. Um, next week, Saturday. Coming up Wednesday night, 6 p.m. I think it's going to go good. We may do it at that particular location that we did today. Depends on what the weather's doing. The Sportsplex location may be too busy. We'll see. Who knows? I may find a better location in between, or a good location sometime between now and Wednesday. Going to Verizon tomorrow to bitch slap them about my bill. Towaway couple is not who they are, but good guess, and keep guessing. And I'm going to try to go to Menards. I want to get a few more of those cedar pickets. I got a couple things I want to experiment with. May not get to do that experiment tomorrow because of the weather, but we'll see. And I may not get to even go because who knows what's going on around here with all the storms. And let's see, Monday hopefully will be Casanova. Get that stupid weed whacking around the pond done. It's be time to do it again. Campaholics is an awesome guess, but that's just what it is, a guess. It's nothing. All right, Frank. Yep, we'll be seeing you soon. I know. What, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? I got to get a hold of. I got him up on the screen right now. I mean, in the queue. Cam from Chill Adventure. I mean, he doesn't have far to drive. He's in Michigan, for crying out loud. And he's more than welcome to have that campsite that I reserved if he can pay for the, whatever extra nights he wants to stay. And I did reserve, a site for him and Tina if she shows up. And also James has got his site. So those two were reserved by me a long time ago. And I got to pay Louise for the rest of mine because I'm going to go. I'm coming Wednesday, and I'm staying until Monday. So Monday morning or whatever, I'll be packing up and heading back here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done here. Tuesday, I don't know what I'm doing. Wednesday, I'm probably picking up Sonia, the Blue-Eyed Cherokee Princess. And we'll go from there. At some point this week, I got to do West River Auto. I've got a lot of scrap here that I have to process as far as aluminum processing. And I got a little bit of regular sheet metal process. I got a dryer to take apart. Yeah, I hope she does too, Troy. For her, not for me, for her. But if she does come there, I'll be happy. But she told me the other day that, she didn't want me to pay for any more of the time there because she doesn't know when she's coming or if she's coming or what the weather's going to be. I mean, she's found 18 different excuses. Maybe, I don't know. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm not so okay. I think I know a possibility, Troy. There are some girls back in high school. They didn't hardly ever have a date. Why was that? They didn't have a date because they were so absolutely out of this world, they were not drop dead gorgeous, unbelievably beautiful personality, whatever, but they didn't get any dates because the guys were so scared to ask them for a date, worried that they would say no. So they didn't ask them because they didn't want to be rejected. So kind of where I'm at. Oh well, bread, gas on the water, as they say. If it's meant to be, it will be, and if it's not, it won't. And that's the way it is. And that's the way I see it, said Blind Views. But the joke was even too much for me. Okay. Tiny House Giant Journey. No, Ann, that's a good guess, though. Very good guess. And no, the feature channel is not Tina's the Outsider. How's the back platform doing on the bus? It looks great, but you know it's not dry yet. And then Don took apart a vacuum cleaner on it. Oh, well, I can sand that off. It's no big deal. But it hasn't dried, and I think it's because the humidity is so high. The rear deck is still tacky. Now, I haven't checked the Rust-Oleum paint to see if it's tacky, but I will do that pretty quick here. I've got to go out and finish putting more stuff away, and I've got some stuff that even if it was sitting on the ground under the bus, still wouldn't be good for it. You know, I got 2 sea chests besides the other one sea chest is staying in the bus. But I got 2 other sea chests that are sitting outside right now, and they shouldn't be just sitting on the ground. They've got to be tarped up, not exposed to the weather or the ground, because you know, you say, oh, it's dry out. They're not. They're fine. No, they're not. They suck up moisture right out of the ground. Lay a board on the ground, and even though it's been dry for a couple of days, you pick that board up and feel the bottom of it, it will be moist. even if it was underneath the bus and the bus has been parked for months, it will still soak up moisture from the ground. So wood, paper, cardboard, they don't like to be on the ground. Well, maybe they like it, but that's too bad. If you want to keep something like that, you got to tarp it, keep it dry. Okay. All right, mateys. It's 20 minutes till 8. It's time for me to go. We'll see you Wednesday night for not Guess the Channel, for Why Do We Say It? Why do I say it? Why? What in the heck was I thinking? What was I thinking? I don't remember. Thank you, Flossbucksnet. Thank you, Grand Marais. Good night, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday night, and of course next Saturday. And you can watch my videos during the week, because I'm sure there will be a few. There was one this afternoon. It went up around 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. So, fair winds and smiles. Come on, smile. You can do it. And may God bless. Good night.